Testing microphone check 1 2, ladies and gentlemen. I finally do understand my dad much more as I'm getting older and kind of entering these stages that are he's already been accustomed to. Right, he's been a dad for however many years. My sister's the older sibling, and as I'm getting older, right? They always say, "Oh, we become our parents. We become our parents," and I'm starting to believe it's true because we got back this Sunday, and my wife was like, "What do you want to do for Father's Day? It's my first Father's Day. We should make this eventful. We should have fun. We should do something. We should party. We should go bowling. We should go do something. It's Father's Day. You're a father for the first time. What will you do?" And my answer was just like, nothing. Like I just don't want to do anything. And when my dad used to say this shit, as the kid, I used to always be like, "Come on, we gotta do something. Come on, say something. Like just tell them like you want to go to Top Golf, or you want to go do this, or you want to go to this place for dinner. Like just come up with something." But I get it now. Like I do get it. And I'm not trying to sound like a bore, like I understand, I may be coming off as like a little boring, but I think I like to celebrate to a good extent, like I love a good birthday party. But sometimes when it's like, hey, I don't need this type of emphasis. I'm gonna abuse it one day a year. I'm gonna abuse the emphasis on my birthday. That's it. I'm going to centralize all that, whether it's money, time, energy, people, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it into one day, and that's the birthday. And I'll be a little bit of a diva. I'll have a party, maybe we get together, maybe we go to a dinner, maybe we do an Airbnb thing. And it's like, okay, I've asked people to contribute their time. This is this is what I'm asking for one time a year. And then obviously there's other nights where you just, maybe you're returning back to work, or you got a promotion, and you say, okay, I want to go out for drinks, or I want to do this, right? That's to the side. Those are the one-offs, right? I'm talking about the baked in days. On Father's Day, I didn't want to do shit. And I think that's the correct answer. I think that's what you're actually supposed to be thinking, because you're supposed to have shit on your mind, right? You're supposed to be too worried about the world. You're supposed to be worried about, oh shit, like, how am I going to make some more money tomorrow? How can I do this? What about this? Have I done this today? Have I checked on my taxes? Have I watched the World Cup? Did I watch enough clips of the Knicks parade? Have I seen enough TikToks? What am I not doing enough of? You don't think about like, oh yeah, I want to go to brunch. Oh yeah, I really want to go out there with all the dads and walk in the park. Like I get it, like I did see a lot of snaps where it's like, oh, well, look at this dad, he's spending time with his kid on Father's Day. And it's like, okay, yeah, maybe that's what you're supposed to do, right? Just spend time together. But it feels weird because it's like, shouldn't you be doing that like every day? Shouldn't you be making this a point of emphasis? This light is really bright on me. I'm trying not to look like a ghost face or something, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird to have a specific day for this stuff. And I think that's the correct answer, though. Oh, the light died. Oh, shit. I was talking shit. It fucking died on me. I feel like if someone asks you what you want to do for Father's Day and you actually have something in mind, you might be the mother. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ajay Patel Show. My name is Ajay Patel. We are on episode 104. And, like ever since we hit that 100 mark, it really feels like we're crawling. I really thought, we'd hit this pivot point and we'd take off. We'd head towards the moon and start dropping clips, dropping medium form clips, post on Instagram, post on here, and we'd be going. But then, like the thing that makes money has to take priority. Like, I get it. If you got a little small business, or, you're working on the next Facebook or something like that, and you really feel like you got something happening, do your thing. I get it. I applaud it. I don't know how to see that vision. I'm just in a different boat where I'm like, you know what? I got to pay these bills, bro. I got a family now. I got mouths to feed. And that's my priority, So last week we talked about we're making this move to California, and that comes with a lot of facets, right? That comes with, okay, are you hiring movers? Are you going to put stuff in storage? Are you going to put stuff in this person's house? What are you going to sell? What do you need? Oh, do you have clothes? Well, guess what? That medium don't fit you anymore. That large don't fit you anymore. Oh, you want to sell those 40R suits? Well, guess what? There's not really a market for it. Oh, well, if you donate it, it's probably going to end up in the trash, right? Like you got to go through all this stuff when you're moving. Moving is the worst thing ever. We spent this evening. I just returned back to work, and we'll get to that in a second. I returned to work, and then we went out for happy hour. We said, all right, you know what? Let's get back home and let's knock out the storage closet. Right? We have 2 walk-in closets, and one of them just has a bunch of stuff in it. Right? It has our Gia, our child's toys, diapers from, smaller sizes, all the Indian outfits, all the pillows, the linens, the extra towels. There's a fridge in there, bro. There's so much. There's 2 humidifiers. There's so much shit in there. And that feeling just started creeping up in my bones again, where it's just like, holy shit, bro. This is actually the worst thing ever. Moving is one of the biggest pains ever, bro. And I remember this feeling. I remember this feeling when we moved here, and I was like, you know what? I got one more move in me. I got one more move in me, and that's got to be the, like the house that we grow up in, as far as like we raise the kids in. Probably a house that you have for 20 plus years. And I just, it's just creeping into my head, this feeling of like, bro, there's going to be so much shit. And I've been talking to the moving company being like, oh, you know what, let's try to get that price down. I think we're going to have less stuff than actually intended because, we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need to take that. And then you start packing shit and you're like, I guess I do kind of use this. I do use this. I may not have read that book, but I might read it. Right? And honestly, how much money am I going to save by not packing 1 box of books? At that point, right, I've packed a king bed, a queen bed, a desk, a dining table, a couch, 5 rugs, 18 pans. Like at that point, you've already broken the threshold. So you might as well just load it on. And then at the same time, it's like, I feel like moving always is this lump sum of money moving your shit around, and then another lump sum of money buying new shit. Like it's one thing, we have this big old place and we're moving to a smaller place and we're going to fill that up and then probably redo it because we're a little posh. We like to fly first class. Our daughter took, on her 3rd flight, she flew economy. She started crying a little bit. I said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you're in the back with all of these common folks. I don't want to raise you like this. The point of being a parent is that you set these people up. You set these kids up to do better than you, to be on a path to do better than you, right? That's the vision. That's the vision. Pay it forward. And then eventually, you have the empire. Then you have the thing called generational wealth. One kid messes it up. Maybe he gets a DUI too early in life. Maybe he falls in love with, like a different race, and then everyone starts hating him. That stuff happens down the line. But right now, generational wealth, you want to do better. You want to set these kids up for success. And so it's just like the spending, it just happens at the end of the day, right? You're going to do it. You're gonna get somewhere else and be like, you know what, this doesn't work here. We need to replace it. Even if you try to say in your head, okay, you know what, I want to keep it minimal. I want to spend like less than I intend to. When you get there, bro, you're gonna spend because what else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do when you get on your phone and you're tired of TikTok? You're gonna look at shit. And then while you're on TikTok or you're on Instagram or you're watching TV, you know what? They're selling you shit. Chris Brown and Usher go on tour. You got to get tickets for that. Kanye West might be in San Antonio. You got to get tickets for that. You got to keep spending, bro. You got to keep doing shit. And I get it. Oh, you got to get out of the blender. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Cut it out. Stop acting like, oh, you know what? This is how I fixed my spending. I use an app that connects all my bank accounts and all my, investment portfolios, and this is how I categorize. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter that you spend 30% of your income on Uber Eats. What are you gonna do about it, bro? Are you gonna start cooking at the house? No, you're not. You might cook 1 or 2 meals extra a week. You save $40. You save $40. I'm not in the mindset of saving $40, brother. I need to save thousands. I need to save those 2 first-class tickets. I need to save those 5 nights at a hotel. I need that money to be saved. But you know what? We're not going to do it. You know why? Because you're supposed to spend it. You're supposed to spend it. I think I might reset the cycle. My parents set me up for success. You know what? Maybe it's not my job to set my daughter up for success. Huh? The idea collapses in on itself. You know what? I got to live this life. You've never seen, we talked about it, right? We talked about how this generation spends so much more. We live life. Everything has to be comfortable. I'm packing this $1,000 stroller to think about. My wife's mom talking about, we had an umbrella stroller. That's what we traveled with. And it's like, yeah, I agree. I don't know why I have this $1,000 stroller, but everyone else has it. So I can't be walking around with my little dinky thing talking about, nah, man, y'all doing it wrong. And then we roll, a couple yards too far, a wheel falls off, and that's embarrassing for me. You don't want to fall behind in the times. Shit has gotten so much more expensive. All these, and the world makes you want to have it, right? I do like the stroller. I love the stroller. It's a big body, it's real smooth on the wheels. Our daughter hates it right now, but maybe she'll like it in the future. So it doesn't stop. All of this moving stuff, I keep in my head being like, all right, you know what? Cut this back. But then, and I remember this feeling during wedding planning a lot, where it's like, just do it. Just sign a contract. Maybe you spend the extra money and have someone else pack for you. You find someone on, like Thumbtack or something like that. What's that app? What's that? Not Fiverr. Whatever it's called, that you hire someone to just do these tasks, TaskRabbit. And you just have them pack for you. Other than that, in life, I talked about going back to work. Today was my first day back to work. So you know what? Honestly, with the schedule of returning back to work, figuring out a move, I will go ahead and give a fair heads up to those people that are still listening. I am beyond grateful and appreciative for you taking the time to still listen to this with how inconsistent we've been. Just going to be straight up, and I say thank you. So, and I'm telling you here that it might get even more inconsistent, and there's no promises, but I'm going to try. I'm cutting back on shit where it's like, all right, you know what? Fuck the lighting, fuck the, the proper setup and dressing up nicely and all that stuff. Whatever, just send it, put a microphone in front of you, just record something, post it, and try to have some quality behind it. Keep the muscle going, so then you don't let it go. And so I will say, the schedule might be a little shaky here and there. With the updates that I was giving y'all last week, we talked about a couple of weddings that I was at and stuff like that. And the one thing that I forgot to cover was emceeing. I believe, I like being behind a microphone, not like this necessarily where it's like, oh, I love podcasting. I love being in front of an audience with a microphone. That is something I have discovered. When people say like, oh, I love this. This is my dream job. This makes me feel alive inside. That is how I feel about entertaining an audience. Let's say that. Entertaining an audience. I haven't done a great job in life in pursuing that passion, but it's remained a hobby thus far. And it's probably something that I probably won't let go until I'm like 40 or something like that. And it started in the college days. I finally took some space from all the dancing, and I finally started emceeing some shows. I gained some popularity. I became the MC on campus, and then I did this show. I failed this show. I came back for this show, and then you become someone that does the virtual emceeing because it's COVID time, and then it dies out. Maybe you get another gig, and I've remained this MC. I've always wanted to step into the world of wedding emceeing. I have a couple friends that are DJs, and I would ask them, I would say, hey, you know what, at the next wedding you got or something like that, keep me in mind. I would love to, pair with you to be an MC for these weddings. And at this past wedding that I just went to, the one in Orlando, it made me realize, like, I can't be one of these MCs, bro. I cannot be one of these MCs, bro, because if that and, past observations have shown me anything, it's that I do not have what it takes to be that MC. Because these wedding MCs have become so clowny, bro. Like, they're not well. Like, it's just, when did these? I think I've talked about it. I'm like spazzing now, so sorry about that. But And I think we've talked about it on here, where it's like when you're at these weddings, it's not a rave, right? Like it's not like immediately a rave. You finish cocktail hour and then shit's just booming, right? You're just at this fucking music festival, bro. That's not a wedding. You're in suits. You're drinking nice whiskey or some scotch. You know, like you're drinking proper. You're dressed up. You spent all this time getting ready. You wanna have an experience. You wanna go through a show. You're going through a program. And that's how I imagine being an MC, right? You're guiding people. You're bringing in some laughs. You're welcoming people. You're getting the energy a little bit up, but you're keeping people focused, dialed in. What am I watching? Why am I watching this? Who is this? How am I being entertained? And that's why, I feel like I like my MC style versus what it is now, bro. It's all clown shit. It's all clown shit. And I don't care. I don't care who hears this, bro. What? An MC getting mad at me? Cut it out, man. Cut it out. And I just can't do it. These dudes, all they do is just somebody make some noise. Hey, it's all these noises on a microphone, bro. It's all these noises on a microphone. And this shit just be killing me. This brother this dude that did the Orlando wedding. First of all, this dude's probably like 45. He's like 5'4". So that already kind of tells you like where we're going with this. Right, 45, 5'4", definitely suffering from some short man syndrome shit where it's like, why are you being so loud? Why are you, nobody wants to hear the 5'4" dude talk. It's just science. It's just science. You've never seen a 5'4" guy around and you're like, oh, I'm going to hang out with that guy. Right? Normally he's like a little giggly funny. He does kind of like the silly shit, right? Like he throws a cupcake in the air and it's like, oh, ha, ha, like he's throwing ice and stuff like that, right? He does weird shit. The 5'4" guy does weird shit for some attention. But when they become wedding MCs, that's when all shit goes wrong. That's when all the shit goes wrong because all they do is just use it as an excuse to be a vehicle, to hang out with you, to talk to you. They say, oh, I'm the MC. What do you need from me? You can send me your dance mix. You got a song request. You could talk to me. Or you guys, the bridesmaids. Hey, what's up, guys? You guys ready to get hyped tonight? Yeah, we're going to party till 1 a.m. We got the hall till 2 a.m. But we're going to do 1 a.m. then after party. And then after that, we're going to... It's like, who are you, bro? You're not even supposed to be involved in this shit. You are hired. You are hired to do a job. You are not part of the party, bro. You're part of the entertainment. You're not part of the people having fun. You should be entertaining these people. And all these dudes do. Somebody scream. Somebody make some noise for the bride. Yo, somebody. That shit just be killing me inside, bro. Every single time when these dudes be yelling, somebody scream. Let me hear you scream. It's like you've just given up. You've just given up. People should be wanting to scream on their own. And here's another thing. You don't need to scream. You don't need to scream. And here's a proper way of a reception, okay? You enter, you have your cocktail hour, you enter, you sit down, and then the party enters, right? Whether it's bridesmaids and then the parents or the family and then the bridal party and then obviously at last the couple arrives, everyone's clapping, hey, they're probably dancing on the dance floor. Everyone comes on there for a little bit. Oh, fun. Hey, nice. You sit down. The MC's supposed to just say hello. But instead, it's, yo, the right side, bright side, somebody scream over here, huh? Left side, somebody make some, oh yeah, This are beatboxing and shit. It's like, what's going on? Where am I? I'm 60 years old listening to this 20-year-old brother yell at me. This 5'4" brother yell at me. It doesn't make sense. I just don't get it. Like this Orlando wedding we were at, the program finishes, right? So we're talking about the proper events, right? So you go through the program, right? Whether it's speech, dance, speech, it doesn't really matter. And then normally people do like, that little cheating shit where they're like, yeah, let's all get together on the dance floor for a group picture. And then after the dance floor, they play, and then, you're supposed to kind of like open the dance floor at that point. Stop doing that. The group picture, after the group picture, let everyone go sit back down. Play the same day edit. Have the things sit back down. The group picture is a great idea. But maybe do that after dinner. Which gets me to my next point is after the program, let people go eat. Let people go eat. The average age in this room is not under 30. I promise you that. I promise you the average age in these reception rooms is not under 30. Let these 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60, 70, 80, let these people go eat and announce the tables. Announce the tables. It doesn't matter if people don't listen. Announce the tables. And then let them eat. Let them eat. You don't need to be blasting the music. You don't need to be saying, hey, who wants to come dance right now? No. If people want to dance, let them dance. DJ, you do your job. You keep this shit nice. You play some dinner music. You play, whether it's Arijit Singh or there's like some 2003 Bollywood, you keep it chilling. You keep that fucking volume down for now, all right? We're eating dinner. We're trying to have conversations and shit. And you over here blasting Kala Chasma and shit. Keep that shit down. And then 9:30, 10, you get the dance floor going. You one song, two song, maybe you call up the bride or groom, maybe you call up the bridal party, and then you get it going. But at this Orlando wedding, bro, oh my God, this short brother. We're eating dinner. Hey, bridesmaids, where you at? Get on the dance. And then the bridesmaids show up. And this is the worst part, where these bridal parties are listening. They're listening to this brother say something. You're supposed to embarrass this guy. You're supposed to say, no, thank you. Move on. Move on. You have to tell these vendors to move on, bro. You a grown-ass man at this point. I'm 31 years old, and most of my boys at Sean's wedding, we're 30 plus, well beyond the like the young buck. Hey, yeah, but we're still here to have fun. And then this photographer at Sean's wedding, he was like, I want you guys all to get in line and play Natu Natu on the speaker, and you guys do the dance. And it's like, hey, who the fuck are you? Like, you think I'm about to do that dance? I've seen that dance. Those two brothers are in much better shape than I, and I don't know how to do that dance. Do I look South Indian? I understand I have the mustache, but the last name is Patel, brother. I haven't been out in the sun that long. Huh? Like, I just don't. You got to tell these vendors no sometimes. Oh, hey, let's get one more picture. No, we're good. We're good. We don't need the picture. We're okay. We're done. We don't need to get in this another V formation and no smile. Look over here, then turn to her. We're good. We got the picture. We got one. We got two. Okay, cool. We're done. You got to tell these vendors no. Let me wrap up this MC shit. But I've gotten to a place now where it's like, I know I can't be a wedding MC because that is what the image of a wedding MC has become. And I don't know whether people like it or if I'm just being a hater, but I think I'm right. I can't do that. I think I can do stand-up. I think I can give speeches. I think I can, do the entertaining thing. Oh, let me tell you, I'm getting ready for a roast soon. I think I can do all that stuff, but man, I can't be a wedding MC. Other than just me, that's the shit I think about at night, that and just staying alive and just, this baby's crying. What am I supposed to do? Should I get up and help, or does mom got it? That's the stuff that stays on my mind. The only other two things that I wanted to talk about this week was one, the World Cup. The World Cup. A quick little background: I'm not the biggest soccer / football fan. I don't really keep up outside of the World Cup. I'm not someone that knows the star players on certain teams. Obviously, I know some of the big ones, right? Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe. But I don't really know like personnel. I don't know certain positions. I don't really know a lot of that stuff. And I've never really gotten into it. But I see how popular it is, right? Seeing all these videos on social media, it's like, damn, bro, this really is the sport. When this shit comes around every 4 years, this is the sport, bro. And it's crazy. You see all these videos of like, whether it's countries, and it's really cool because like all of this shit's happening like, how many times? No more likes. All of this shit is happening in Houston, in Seattle, in Dallas, and it's so just eye-opening. Where it's like, damn, bro, I did not know there were this many soccer fans. Obviously, I know the population distribution in America, so I could assume, right? But I didn't know like this. I'm seeing people snaps and they got Germany jerseys and shit like this. Like, when did you ever have that? I didn't know you fuck with soccer like that. And then you watch a couple games, and this is what I've been trying to do. During these contact nap times, I'm trying to put on the games. I'm trying to get into it, and it's like a lot of times it's a lot of the same shit, right? It's a lot of passing back and forth, passing back and forth. A goal, like a shot on goal, and now and then it gets blocked. Maybe you get a corner kick. It becomes a lot of the same stuff. And then you watch a team that's actually the truth, right? I didn't get to watch the Argentina games, but I watched Spain this past Saturday or something, or Sunday, and it was like watching magic, bro. It was like watching like the fluidity that the 2014 San Antonio Spurs played with, where you look at that and you're like, oh, that's how the game's supposed to be played. Like, that's a different level. And then on top of that, seeing all the social media stuff, right? Like I said, you're either seeing, the Japan play, I think it was Korea playing Mexico, and then you see all these fresh off the boat Korean boys making out with all these beautiful Mexican women, and it's like, wow, this is what the world's all about. The world doesn't get better than this right here. This is unity. This is what things should look like. There shouldn't be all this hatred between countries, right? Let's put that to the side. We need unity like this. And then you see the other stuff, right? You see all this stuff about all these people that have come from different countries, and they're here having a great time. They're having a great time. They're not dying into all the propaganda and all the stuff they see on social media. Oh my gosh, I thought everyone hates each other. I thought everyone here is 400 pounds and they're racist and they're burning buildings down and people are getting shot in the street. I was so scared of America. And then you see them on video talking about, hey, it's really cool here. I really like it here. Y'all's beer is good. Y'all's people are very friendly. The heat is a little much. I'm not used to 90 degrees, but you know what? I'm having a good time. I love it. I'm excited. This country has been doing an amazing job hosting me. And then you see all this bullshit behind it, right? You see all the bullshit behind it, because anytime someone's happy, there's always an undercurrent. There's always an undercurrent trying to wash them back to shore, or wash them out away from shore. Where they're talking about, oh, well, this country has the money to do all this and this, but it's like, bro, drop the negativity. Drop the negativity. I am someone that, I have always been 10 toes down for the country. I understand a lot of the evils of it, right? Whether it's in, big pharma or the government's doing this and that. I get it. We're not perfect, but it's a good time here. It's a good time here. People from those countries come in here talking about, I'm having a great time. I don't want to leave. One of my best feelings when I go on vacation is when I come back home. You can get some barbecue. You can get that shit delivered to your door. You can have a good time. You can go get a coffee, see a black person, a Chinese person, a white person, an Indian person, an African person, a half African person. You can see all these people in one place. And that's what's great about it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you this week. I hope you have an amazing week. Keep your head up like your nose is bleeding. Try something new. Try something new. Share this with a friend. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I'll see you guys next week, and goodbye. Whee!